last month we ended on ebook. First roll is a 3, and that is a book for review. So roll number 1 was for review. This means that book I will be reading is one that I have for review, so something from NetGalley or an arc that has been sent to me by the publisher. So for this one, I'm
Hey guys, so it's been a while since I've done the whole vlogging thing. But there's low-key a lot happening in February, but not really. It's mostly reading, and yeah, we're starting off with a holiday for me. A Wiccan Sabbat in bulk for those who are very strict about, or who are not very strict about following the dates astrologically. It is today, February 1st. If you are like me, it is actually going to be on Wednesday, the 3rd. So yeah, my cousin and I were supposed to do a ritual yesterday, but things changed. And so we're gonna do it on Thursday. But yeah, I also decided today it's a snow day. Not that that really matters to me, who works from home even before the pandemic. So it's weird because it being a snow day with the blizzard and everything, I decided not to get dressed. I'm still wearing my pajamas because it's cold. There's my robe on too. I washed up and everything, but still pajamas. On the opposite side, I decided to do makeup, and I think it came out okay. I don't really do makeup, and I've actually recently bought more. Mostly because I want to hide flaws around my eyes, so I need a little bit more help with those dark circles. But yeah, nothing really elaborate, and I untwisted my hair. So yeah, this weird mix of doing more than usual and less. That's what I meant by I think it's going to be a little more low-key this month. It's going to be Lashette focused. And for some reason I felt like vlogging that. So maybe we'll get a lot of self-care things in here other than just reading. I have been doing a lot of card readings. I want to test drive my new deck and an older deck that I haven't used very much. So yeah, let's do that. That's what I want to do. So yeah, so the big thing with February is the fact that I decided I'm doing readathons this month. 3 readathons. I'm already slowly regretting this, as I have in the past. But yeah, so I want to talk about books for the most part, with a couple of things here and there. I don't really have very much else happening this month. I say that and I don't have my bullet journal on my calendar. I had planned to start out this month. So it's Black History Month. There's Blackathon. There's a Black Lit Challenge. There's Black Read Black Authors Challenge, I think. There's a Black Wizard Month thing. There's all kinds of stuff. I am kind of low-key participating, but not really. I have a lot of books by Black authors with Black main characters on my TBR, my to be read list. The ones that I'm really interested in reading this month are all like science fiction and fantasy. They do not fit any specific prompts from any one of those readathons or challenges. So I'm just winging it. I do want to do the Blackathon watch along, which includes 4 movies. 8 for me because I didn't do last year's, which were 3 movies that are favorites of mine from when I was younger, and then one I hadn't seen yet. So I'm gonna watch those 2. And there is a vlogging challenge, a week-long vlogging challenge. Now, that's from the 13th to the 19th. How I'm gonna do this, I don't know. I don't know. It would not be a good idea for me to do weekly vlogs, but I might anyway. If not, I'll do the bi-weekly ones. That means 2 for the month of February. So since this year's February is being so kind in being symmetrical, running from a Monday to a Sunday, gotta love it. 4 weeks exactly. It's just beautiful to look at, really, honestly. So yeah, so you would get 2 vlogs out of this. We'll see how it goes. I do have other videos to put up, and I have been having issues, so we'll see. However, what was I going to say? Books. I wanted to start out this vlog with a whole book haul from the library because I put a lot on hold and they all kind of came in at the same time, which is good, right? I also wanted to start this month with reading as a clean slate. And I'm not. I've got 2 books out that I do want to finish. One's an audiobook I'll probably finish fairly soon. The other one is Oathbringer. I don't know when I'm going to read that. So, oh, and I didn't even mention the other 2 readathons. There's Polarthon, which is running from today, February 1st, to the 7th. And then, I gotta change my calendar. I have 1 book for already. And then, honestly, the main focus for me this month is Farofeb. Fantasy Romance February. I've had a bunch of fantasy romance on my TBR for the longest, and I'd really like to read them. So when I saw that this was happening, I was like, let's go. Some majority I had on my wish list for Amazon, and that's not what my family and friends got me for the holidays. So, which is fine. I got other great and amazing stuff, but I was like, well, then I'm going to go buy them and read them in February for Farofeb because clearly now is the time. And that's a lot of books. So, for now, the focus is on my Polarthon reads, but since we had a blizzard, library's closed today, so I will not be doing that book haul, but I will be doing a digital one of the ebooks I'm buying from Amazon and a couple from Barnes & Nobles. If I could buy them all from Barnes & Noble or anywhere else, I would, but Amazon is where most of them are. So that's where I'm getting them. So let's go over what I've got. We're going to start off with Nook. So the 2 Barnes & Nobles purchases I made. Looking back, there we go. So I've got From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which everyone's probably heard of. And then Fortuna Sworn by KJ Sutton. I've been dying to read this in particular thanks to Becca and the books, and A Frolic Through Friction. For some reason her name is not coming to me, but that's her YouTube channel, and yeah, both of who are hosting videos for Farofeb. They'll be interviewing authors, not these two authors, but also they're doing the closing of Farofeb on the 28th. Now, the next thing is, again, excuse my oddness because my screen doesn't work properly. Let's now go to Kindle. See the ebooks I've purchased there. Oh, I guess it won't let me be sideways. Nice. Renew. Alright, so I have gotten The Power of Hades. I don't remember Mafia Boss. Anyway, The Power of Hades by Eliza Rain and Rose Wilson. Whisper in the Dark by Jesse Elliott and KJ Sutton. This is the first part of the Charlie Travesty book. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it. Obviously, I haven't read Fortuna Sworn yet, so I haven't read KJ Sutton. Not sure. We'll see. And if I do like this one, I will read the rest. Honestly, these are all series, so maybe I'm adding a whole bunch of new series that I need to finish this month. Or anyway, Rhapsodic. This is by First Moon by Richard Amos. This is the only guy on the authors list officially for Farofeb. So they have an official list of authors participating. I'm not reading all books from all of them. There's a couple I tried out, and then the KJ Sutton and Jennifer L. Armentrout were from previous TBRs. And then A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. Now, two of these books are Hades and Persephone's books. The Power of Hades and A Touch of Darkness. I did not do that on purpose. But, yeah, I might wind up doing a thing. Somehow comparing them. So that is my current book haul. Yeah, that is how we're doing for now. My Blackathon and Polarthon books will be physical, and my Farofeb books will be ebooks. That's how we're doing for now. So I'm gonna go. Guys, I just looked, and the library is gonna be closed tomorrow too. So we're gonna stick with the three main books I have for now. I guess that's what the world is telling me. Starting with Return of the Witch tonight and continuing to listen to The Mad Ship. I At some point maybe I'll get more Oathbringer done. So yeah, fingers crossed. Oh, I should have got my books on Saturday like I planned, but I thought it would be cute to open the vlog with a book haul, because I don't do book hauls. Oh, now that's not happening. So yeah. Alright, bye. Guys, I just wanted to give you a quick update, and I feel super bright, but I don't know. We're trying this ring light thing. Maybe I should turn it down a smidge. It's not. Oh, there we go. Okay. That feels a little bit less blinding. Quick update. It is after midnight on Tuesday, but whatever. So I have gotten to halfway through chapter 10 on the Mad Ship, book 2 of the Live Ship Traders trilogy, the second trilogy in the Realm of the Elderling. This is me attempting to catch up with the Catch Up Book Club, which is currently reading the next book, book 3. But anyway, so yeah, I joined a subgroup of people also trying to catch up in the Discord. So we'll see. This audiobook is due back in 12 days, 22nd, I think. So I'll be done by then. But maybe the way I'm reading it, like while I'm doing tedious work, it might go quicker than that. So we'll see. I've started physically my first Polarthon read, which is The Winter of the Witch, I showed you, by Catherine Arden, book 3 in this The Bear and the Nightingale. And I'm a little past 100 pages. Oh, it was past 100 pages. What is happening? Okay, here we go. I somehow... Yeah, 111. And I'm going to read a little bit more tonight to at least 150. Looks like the chapter ends at 152. So 152 is my goal for tonight. I'm going to retwist my hair, wet it, put the styling stuff, and that should be relatively quick. Tomorrow, library's open. I also realized that my second main Polarthon read is an ebook that I could have gotten out at any point because it's been available. So, but yeah, tomorrow I can go decent time of day on Wednesday. Actually, we're about a little over 12 hours since the last time I updated you. I have this much left of The Winter of the Witch left. So it looks like a little less than, 100 pages, about 70. minus the glossary and things. So this is going well. I'll probably finish this today. I'm enjoying it. So I've also my library book haul. There are 2 other books I have on hold that are still on their way. Obviously, they didn't move while the libraries were closed, so back to being in transit. And I've got 1 ebook. So let's talk about Polarthon, since that's what this first week is about. And I seem to be dressing the part with blues and blacks and grays this week. Not on purpose, but this is pretty much how my winter goes anyway. I'm not sure about the prompts. I picked to be on Team Arctic Fox because I like Arctic foxes more than the other 3 animals, personally, and it seemed like the books I was interested in reading would fit the prompts, but I wasn't 100% sure, and now I'm not 100% sure. So, Winter of the Witch is supposed to be like polar fantasy read, and also icy magic, which definitely fits here. The only thing is that this the first time, this is the last in the trilogy, the Baron and Nightingale trilogy, like I said, and we're set in Russia, pre Russia, I guess, before it was a united country, and yeah, it's just the first 2 books basically took place during wintertime, and this one is taking place all year round, it kind of seems. A big chunk of this was during the summer. So I don't know, but it's still in Russia, historical Russia, so I don't know. But the winter, I don't know if that's still, let's just say it does, okay? Now for my haul, I've got The Ballad of Black Tom by Victor Laval, and this would be my retelling. This is supposed to be a retelling of H.P. Lovecraft's The Horror of Red Hook, which I read last week because I've never read H.P. Lovecraft, and if I'm gonna read a retelling, I want to know what the original is about. This is by a black author, so this will also fit for Blackathon. Not sure what prompt for that yet, but I'm reading a black author during Black History Month, so yeah, not that I don't otherwise. Next up in my haul is A Court of Frost and Starlight, the last book in print out from Saturday Mass in the Court of Thorns and Roses series. This will be first time reading this for me. It's a novella. It's less than 200 pages. No, it's 200 and something pages. So, yeah. This will be hopefully, I think, I picked it for silver on the cover. Her dress is silver. I thought this artwork would be silver too. I was going by the image online, and it's not. It's I can't tell. Maybe it is, and it's just not like really reflective. I think it is. So silver on the cover. And then I have the ebook Shards of Hope by Nalini Singh, and that is the book I'm up to in her Side Changeling series. Yes, the Side Changeling series. It's just, I've been putting it off because it's a couple of characters that we've only met once or twice and I didn't really care about, and then seeing other people's reviews didn't really hype me to read it. So, but I'm going to read it. The cover has mountains, so I picked that for my snowy setting, and I really hope it does fit that. So those are my Polarthon reads. A short story-ish Yeah, this is less than 200 pages. This is less than 300 pages. I don't know. Is it? I guess it's a novella. Uh, it's a short story. This is definitely a novella. So these will go by quick. I'm almost finished with Witcher and the Witch, and then the other full book is Shards of Hope. So that should all be done this week. No problem. Next up, I've got, for no particular reason other than I want to, The Honeymooners by Christina Lauren. I think I mentioned at the beginning of this vlog how I had joined a Discord group who were reading Christina Lauren books last year, and I did not, I totally forgot. And this was the book they read in February, so I said, let's do it. This is a contemporary romance. This will be my first Christina Lauren, and I'm curious, very curious. For Blackathon, I wanted to be on Team Sci-Fi and Fantasy. I don't know that my books really fit, so we'll see. Like I said, we have Ballad of Black Tom. This would more be for the horror team, but whatever. I have another book coming for that. And then book 2 for The Bells by Danielle Clayton, Everlasting Rose. I read The Bells 2 years ago. I just want to read this. I liked it. It was very interesting. And then, doubling up again, El Penelope's A Song of Blood and Stone. This is a fantasy romance. Reading for Blackathon, but also for Farofeb, Fantasy Romance February. Shards of Hope could fit for Fantasy Romance February, as can A Court of Frost and Starlight, and all of the ebooks that I've bought and talked about last time. I will come back when I pick up the next 2 books at some point this month, but yeah, I'll come back when I have a reading update, not just a book update. Otherwise, enjoy the scenery. You saw me struggling in the snow. Yeah, so that's what that looks like. Lovely, isn't it? Okay. I don't know how long I will have because my regular filming phone just stopped working. Yay me. Anyway, and this one doesn't have a lot of space as it is. So we'll see if this vlog continues, but I wanted to give an update while it was daytime, and that didn't happen. But I did finish yesterday Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden. I think I gave this 5 stars. The ending, I didn't talk about what this was about. It's the 3rd book in the trilogy, but the first one, The Bear and the Nightingale, we're following over the course of the trilogy, honestly, we're following Vasya Petrovna, who is a young girl and then young woman in this historical Russia. I think it's the 1100s, if I'm remembering correctly. Anyway, Vasya is not a normal girl, though she seems like it. Her lineage through her mother's family is a little bit special, and because of that, she's a little bit special. And um, basically, in the first book, we see Vasya as a young girl. Her mom has passed away. Her father is like the leader of their village, and they live in a rural village in 1100 Russia or whatever. And um, he decides to marry a woman from Moscow, which is even then a big city. And this woman comes with her very Catholic upbringing and belief system, which butts heads with the system, the beliefs of the rural town, where they believe in the local spirits, like the domovoi. They feed the house spirits and the weather spirits and all of that kind of thing. And she doesn't like that, and she also doesn't really like her stepchildren, particularly Vasya, who is the youngest. Um, so she has a priest, brought in a Catholic priest, and he does his best to basically make Vasya persona non grata in her village. And Vasya is also very headstrong. She's not like the other girls of her village, where she doesn't want to get married and have kids and follow, that very rigid outline of life that women have at that time in that area. She wants to be free. She wants to be wild and that kind of thing. And then there's also all kinds of Russian spirits, not just the ones for hearth and home. There are more powerful spirits like the Winter King and the Bear. So there's a lot of, I don't want to say drama, but some angst, some issues, and there is death. I like the themes of family in this. I wasn't expecting it to be so strong beyond the first book, um, but I like that up until the very end it's there. I like the way this ended the trilogy. It's not an either or, family or duty. It's not country or family. It's not religion, Catholicism or paganism. Like, we get to dip into the goods and bads, or the evils and goods of each. And it's I like that. And I also like how um, various Russian folklore are woven together in this, and how it's written. It comes across as very folkloric. So it was very appropriate. But I finished this, it's Thursday night. I finished this Wednesday morning. And Wednesday night I started my second book for Polarthon, which is The Ballad of Blackathon, and I finished that this morning. And it only took me that long because honestly I was really more in the mood for something fluffy and romantic, and this ain't it. This ain't it. But this is still a fast read, which I'm very glad of. It reads at a faster pace than The Horror of Red Hook by H.P. Lovecraft, which I read last week, which this is a retelling of. So this is by Victor Laval, a black male author, and I really enjoyed it. This was entertaining. It wasn't scary, even though this is horror, I believe. Um, so basically, we have this novella broken up into two parts. The first part is told from the viewpoint of Charles Thomas Tester, a 20 or 21-year-old black man from Harlem, and the second half is told from Detective Malone, a Irish American police detective with the NYPD who is assigned with Brooklyn. I'm not sure exactly where in Brooklyn, but definitely Red Hook is included in that. So this takes place during the Jazz Age, New York City, which is also very interesting. We have Charles, who's a little bit of a grifter. His pretending he meets up with this somewhat wealthy older white man who hires him to play at his house in Queens for a special party. And because of this, Tommy winds up in the middle of a huge situation between this man, whatever it is he's doing, the forces that he's messing with, and the police. Because immediately after meeting this man and being paid to come back to play at his party, the police accost, Tommy, take his money, and, basically rough him up for no damn reason. The other half of this, like I said, is told by Detective Malone, who is the police officer who helps rough up Tommy in that one scene. And we basically see how Tommy is transformed because of the way that the police, Mr. Suidam, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right. That's the wealthy older white man in Queens, and the mystical, potentially biblical powers that he's messing with. How all of that affects Tommy and his. This was so understandable and kind of infuriating because a lot of what's in here is still happening today. And I mean, that's not really surprising. This was written in 2016, so, but it was still entertaining. And I'm not a horror reader, so this was a good intro. I have started reading A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. This is the next book in my Polarthon reads, and currently Gavin and JD Ray Reads are doing Polarthon sprints. So I just started this. I am only 38 pages in. I hope to get at least 100, maybe 150 tonight. But I doubt it. So this is only, if I can, I want to finish half of this tonight, not including the sneak peek for the next book, which is this much. So yeah, let's go. Then after this, basically only one more book for Polarthon. So that's the goal for the weekend. Finish this, read that last book, be done. I wanted to give a reading update. I finished Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas, so now that's another series I'm caught up on. There's a new book coming out, I know, in like a couple of weeks, but I'm caught up with what's out. So I'm very happy. This is book 3.5 in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, by Sarah J. Maas. Very booktube popular. I won't go into very much detail, but we're following Feyre in the first book, who is a human, the youngest in her family, who takes care of them because they've fallen on hard times. Her mom is dead, her father is injured and not making any money, and her two older sisters don't know what to do with themselves, I guess. And she hunts to bring food on the table. They live in a world where there's a wall separating humans from Fae, and this treaty slash rule where they have to stay separate, and they cannot kill each other. And yeah, so one day while hunting, Feyre comes across a Fae male in like a werewolf type guys, and she kills him, and his prince comes for vengeance and finds her and her family the way they are, so he takes her, instead of killing her, to the spring court, his court on the other side of the wall, and things go from there. So anyway, this was kind of plotless, beyond everyone kind of preparing for the winter solstice. There's been a lot of changes. There's been a war. That's how the last book was. And yeah, everyone is recovering or attempting to recover or trying to help each other recover or just suffering in the aftermath. And yeah, there's just a lot of PTSD, a lot of relationship catching up going on. We get mostly Feyre's point of view and Rhys's point of view, but we get Nesta, I think we get Elaine. I don't remember if we get Elaine, but we get Morgan's point of view, we get Cassian's point of view. So yeah, it was nice and interesting, and I think I gave it 4 stars. Because found family and catching up with people, basically. And I read the sneak peek for the next book, which I guess at the time didn't have a title, but the next one is A Court of Silver Flames, which comes out in a couple of weeks. I am going to start my last Polarthon read pick. I don't know if this will show up or not with the lights, but yes, excuse my broken tablet screen, but Shards of Hope by Nalini Singh. This is the next book in the Psy Changeling series I've been putting off forever. I think this will have a winter setting or a snowy setting that will complete my last Team Arctic Fox prompt, because the cover. All I know about this, like, because you could see dude standing there in the snowy mountains. So yeah. What I know about this is that it follows 2 of the elite arrows. So the Psy Changeling world is very unique, particularly because of the Psy. It's well, now it's a futuristic series where we're on Earth, and not only are there humans, but there are the changelings, which are basically like werewolves, where bears, where animals of different types, and the Psy, which are more cerebral. They have lots of mind powers and things like that. So paranormal in that, like, they're able to read people's minds, influence other people's minds. Their abilities are mind controlled, and they many years ago decided to do this thing called silence, which basically kills all their emotions because many of them were going insane and becoming serial killers and killing hundreds of people. But we've since learned over the course of the series that silence is not so good, and obviously it's not natural. We know this as people, even outside of this book. So yeah, the Arrow are this elite psi force where not only do they not have emotions, but they're killers. They're kind of like a military force, but also assassins. And silence has now ended, and they're trying to figure out what to do with their lives. Not everybody wanted silence to end, so it's not a happy thing. But yeah, so my issue why I haven't read this is because these are two characters we barely know, and so I didn't care about. And then I've seen a couple of reviews, and people are like, this is not the best. Or it's not that it's a bad book or badly written, it's just not the most interesting. So, yeah. But I'm trying to get through it so I can get to the rest of the series, so wish me luck. I also went to the library and got my last two books I had on hold. The Lesson, by Cadwell Turnbull. This is the Blackathon science fiction and fantasy group book. This is a sci-fi book by a Black author. And I also got Destroyer by Victor Laval. I read earlier this week the Ballad of Black Tom by Victor Laval. So, yeah. Somehow it didn't click to me until yesterday that this was a graphic novel. So, yeah. This is volume 1, I think. And there are other volumes out there. This just might be comic 1, but I think it's volume 1. So yeah, but this is for later in the month. I'm just trying to get through Shards of Hope this weekend. Read half of it today and the other half tomorrow. Wish me luck. Hey guys, so today is Sunday, the last day of Polarthon, and I'm reading Shards of Hope. I'm a third of the way through, and there's still no snow on these mountains. I showed you guys in the beginning the cover because that's why I picked it for snowy setting. The last prompt I need in my Team Arctic Fox thing. And the last book I need, and like, I'll show you again because I'm on the better phone. Do you see the mountains? Are they not snowy? Are they not snowy? And yet, there's no snow so far. Yeah, no, it's a lot of rain. There's a storm, but no snow. There's a possibility that snow will come. They're still trapped in the mountains. So we shall see. And I checked on Goodreads and it looks like this book is 400 plus pages. I thought this number 489 was just like ebook numbering. I'm super washed out, I wonder. But it's not. So yeah. And Jade and the other co-hosts, the team hosts for Polarthon, have recently started doing reading sprints. I just showed you the final Polarthon reading sprints, so I'm joining in. I missed the live show Becca was doing for Farofeb with Amanda Bouchette because I started making potato salad for my dad. It's Super Bowl Sunday. He asked me to make potato salad in his way, so yeah, I'm doing that. And I ate lunch. Yeah, so let's go.